What is going on, YouTube-averse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this beautiful Top 5 Friday, and kind of a somber one here because we are still grieving the passing of the late, great Tony Bennett, who passed away last week at the age of 96, and he just left us with so many gifts musically, and man, what a profound loss. I mean, you know, really sad too that he had dementia for the last several years of his life, but really kind of miraculous when you think about the fact that he was still singing up until not long ago. Even when he couldn't remember things short term, he was remembering songs long term, which just goes to show you the magic and beauty of music that it plays in all our lives. But yeah, I thought it would be the right thing to do my top 5 Tony Bennett songs to really honor his memory. And yeah, so these are my personal faves. Let's get right to it at number 5. Because of You, from his debut album of that title from 1951, the first big hit of his career. And this was a song, I'll be honest, I hadn't heard before he passed away, but just going through a lot of his older stuff this past week, this one really struck a chord, especially the message of the song is so fitting for someone so great that it almost feels like he should be singing it to himself, basically. But yeah, really, you know, for 1950s, the production quality on here is great. The orchestration is just gorgeous, and of course, that voice is just mesmerizing and has to be on your list. So now at number 4. Body and Soul, from the album Duets 2, which he had a ton of duets in the early 2000s on these 2 albums that he did, which you know, he continued to do more of these as years went by, but this one with Amy Winehouse, who also tragically passed that same year that this was recorded. And man, what a performance vocally by both of them. And it just, there's something surrounding this one in particular where, you know, there's a lot of just fun, upbeat songs on the album and kind of cute songs. This one feels a bit more serious, especially the way the 2 performers are taking it very seriously in their performance, but also the lyrics. But yeah, this one really stands out, and I think will stand the test of time as one of his great duets that he did later in life, and really just shows how strong his voice still was just so many years on into his career, like 50 years into it. My gosh. So now at number 3. The Lady is a Tramp, from the same album, Duets 2. This one with Lady Gaga, who he would go on to do another album with just Lady Gaga here recently. They had such a close relationship, both living in downtown New York and working together on a regular basis. And man, if you haven't seen the live version of them doing this just a few years back, just what a beautiful moment that was. And just goes to show that Tony Bennett still had it, like, down to the last minute, even with you know, his dementia issues. Just absolutely glorious. And yeah, more of the one of the more up-tempo songs on that album. And of course, it's a Frank Sinatra standard, but Sinatra himself claimed at one time that Tony Bennett was the best singer of all time. So there you have it. And now at number 2, Rags to Riches, another big hit from the 50s, and one that infamously is the opening track of one of my favorite films of all time, Goodfellas. Just so cool when Ray Liotta says, "I always wanted to be a gangster," and then that music comes right in, and you know, Tony Bennett could have gone from rags to riches. Oh man, it's just so great. And it really transports you back in time, whether you've seen that film or not. It's just, you know, the 1950s, man, it was a different time where a lot of music just seemed happier. And some of it kind of forcefully so, but this one just really kind of, you have just this kind of unbridled joy in the music and the performance of Tony Bennett. And he just seemed to be like a happy dude at all times, whether he was making Saturday Night Live appearances next to Alec Baldwin, who was doing an impression of him right to his face. Tony's just always smiling, man. And that really comes across in the performance on this song. And that's just my number 2. So now at number 1.
The loveliness of Paris. See,
I Left My Heart in San Francisco from 1962. This had to be number 1. I mean, it's just one of those songs that some people just have, one song connected to them for life. And this, for whatever reason, the stars aligned with this tune. This whole album is really good, by the way. You should check it out. But this one really stands out as the highlight. And just, I mean, his vocals, man. If you don't think he's in the realm of Frank Sinatra, just listen to this song, man. That last note gets me every time. Beautiful, and what an ode to a great city. If I was to do a top 5 songs about cities, this might have to be in there, because, and that's really saying something, because there's a lot of great ones, especially about places in California alone. But yeah. The Golden City, man, and Tony Bennett, a golden dude. May he rest in peace. And guys, I don't know what else to say. I mean, just a legend of music in general. If you don't like Tony Bennett, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just kind of one of those artists that no matter what your musical preference, there's something to enjoy from this guy. And so yeah, let me know in the comments below what your top 5 would be. If you're so bold, leave me a top 10, because I mean, just so many greats. If I had more time, I would have probably been able to do a top 10 going through his whole catalog, which I intend to do eventually. But there's only so much time in a day, guys. So let me know what you think. And guys, we got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, so much more. Thank you for watching, and as always, Viva la Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.